Thank you everyone for joining us for the press conference for the Saturday night fights in Halifax, June 10th. We got a great card from the bottom up. Everyone's here. Everyone's looking like they're on weight. They're ready to fight. We want to say thank you to our sponsors, RBF Drywall and Lake of City Drywall. Thank you for making this possible. Main event here, we're going to start from the top down. I got Ryan Rizicki to my right. I got Gary Friedman, acting manager of Zamig, and we got Zamig to the left. Couple questions off the top here. Ryan, how's training camp going? How you been feeling? Is there anything different you had to do since the opponent has pulled out? Please let us know.
Yeah, training camp is good. Longest one of my career, I think 15 weeks I've been in camp. Traveled to Miami for sparring. We went to England to train with Cal Brook at the Engle gym, and then back with Stevie to finish off camp. So it's been the longest camp in my career, and I'm ready to fight anyone. You know, and then obviously moving up to heavyweight, that's good because I get to eat a bunch.
So what's the game plan change since the opponent has dropped out? Is there anything that you've had to really focus on to change, Ryan? And if so, let us know. Let the fans know and the people here.
Yeah, so going up to heavyweight, the change is try not to get knocked out because, like, you know, with cruiserweights, I can kind of walk them down. My defense, you know, it's always got to be on point, but with heavyweight, I got to be that much more alert. This guy can punch. I know he can punch because I've been in the ring with him. So, you know, he's got the ability to knock me out. So, you know, gonna have to be aware of that and fight smart.
Thank you for that, Ryan. Okay, so a couple questions here for Gary. Gary, thank you for taking this fight on short notice. Thank you, Zamig. It's very much appreciated. So, Gary, what are your thoughts on this fight? I know that they've sparred in past. I believe that you were there for that sparring, or at least you got to see it. What were your thoughts on this fight? And please let us know.
First of all, let me say just thank you to the Three Lions team, to Chris, to Dan, and to Trevor. We are taking the fight on short notice. But we appreciate the opportunity, and I think that what Zamig brings to the table is a style that's very fan-friendly. So he's there, he's in the ring, he's there to fight. I think he'll try to bring some action to Ryan, and Ryan's a very aggressive fighter too. So you've got two guys that are going to trade, and there's going to be sparks. So people who are fans of boxing will have a treat. They're going to enjoy it.
Thank you for that, Gary. Okay, so a couple questions here for Zamig. Again, Zamig, thank you so much for taking this fight on such short notice. It's very much appreciated. So Zamig, what are your thoughts on Ryan? We know we were going to have this fight previously. Is there anything you're doing in your camp that's been a bit different, or that you've been training for a type of fighter like this? Please let us know, and Gary's going to translate for us as Zamig's going to speak in his native language.
Daha önce herkese selamlar olsun ve iyi bir maç olacağını düşünüyorum ve Ryan çok güçlü bir boksör ve ben de tekrar söylüyorum iyi bir boksörüm ve çok iyi bir maç çıkaracağımıza eminim. Tekrar herkese selamlar. İyi bir maç olacağını düşünüyorum. Rakibim çok güçlü bir sporcu Ryan ve ben de güçlüyüm, yani çok iyi bir maç çıkaracağımıza eminim.
What Zamig said was he thinks it's going to be a very good match. He knows that Ryan is a very strong athlete, but he is also.
Thank you, Zamig. And do you feel that Ryan's going to show you anything different that you haven't seen before in the ring? We know you fought the heavyweight champion there, Brer, in Montreal. Is this a similar fight to you? Have you trained differently for this fight rather than what you did for Alec Brer?
Evet, Ryan'la farklı bir mücadele olacağını düşünüyorum. Çünkü Montreal'da yaptığım rakibim biraz ters kart olduğu için biraz zorladı beni. Ve Ryan güçlü ve hep atakta olan bir dövüşçü olduğu için yani çok zorlanmayacağımı düşünüyorum.
Yes, I do think that's a very different fight with Ryan than I had with Barriere in Montreal. Ryan is a pressure fighter and very aggressive, and Barriere was someone who was fighting from the outside. And also the fact was that Barriere was a southpaw, and Ryan is an orthodox fighter.
Once again, thank you, Zamig and Gary. Great night of fights coming up Saturday, June 10th, top from bottom. Now we're gonna shift to the first fight of the night that we have here. We got Drake Olowski from Ontario against DK Beast from Halifax here. So DK, grab the mic there. Just a couple questions.
DK!
What have you been doing for this? What's your preparation been like? What's the time length for your training? And is there anything that you've seen in Drake that you've picked out in training and you're really focusing on?
I've been focusing on a lot of volume. I trained hard, did a lot of sprints and did a lot of sparring. So I'm coming prepared, and I hope you've done the same.
And how do you feel about fighting a fellow Canadian? Do you like it better? Is it kind of put a little bit of fire under you as you know that you guys are from the same country and a lot of people are going to be watching this fight, friends, family? What's your thoughts on fighting a local Canadian here?
It does fire me up. Feels different to fight somebody that can actually speak my language. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be different than a Mexican, and I'm ready. I'm pretty happy about it.
Thank you, DK. Thank you. So what about you down there, Drake? What are your thoughts on fighting a fellow Canadian here? And you're basically coming into his hometown. You're coming in as basically a B-side fighter. What are your thoughts here? What have you done for preparation? And has it fired you a little bit, or tell us about it?
I've been continuing with my training. I had a fight about 4 weeks ago. I took a little time off, back to training. I want to say thank you to Three Lions Promotion for giving me the opportunity. I've never had the privilege of coming down here, and yeah, I've prepared very hard. I know my opponent has, and I can guarantee you the fans are going to have a great fight on their hands.
All right, thank you guys. That is going to be a great fight. Make sure you tune in Saturday, June 10th, live from the Forum, live on Fight TV. All right, we're going to start again now with the second fight of the night. Mikhail Miller. Miller comes from Toronto, Ontario here. Once again, you're coming in as basically a B-side. You're coming in to fight Brett Beaton in his hometown here. What are your thoughts here? What have you been training about? What do you think to Brett? Talk to us here.
Well, I'd like to thank Three Lions first for having me out here. I think I've been training differently for this fight. I needed to train different because my last two fights I wasn't happy about it, about how I looked, even though I felt in the fight I was good, but when I looked at it, it didn't look good. So I had to change some things around here, and I think it's going to be very effective on Saturday. I think it's going to be a knockout, and that's what I think.
All right, okay. Well, we like your confidence, Mikhail. So what do you got to say to that? What's your rebuttal here, Brett? This is your hometown. This guy's coming in saying he's going to take you out, and tell the people, the fans, friends and family what your thoughts are. What have you done for training, and what do you think to your opponent?
First of all, I'd like to thank Three Lions for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity. And I've trained extremely hard for this fight, an 8-week-long camp. Him saying he's going to knock me out, he got another thing coming. He doesn't know what I got coming in store. I've trained my ass off. I'm ready to rumble. We can take the fight however way he wants to run it, we can run it, but I know what I'm going to do. I can't promise my fans a knockout, but what I can promise is a stellar performance on my part. That's why they call me Brett Bad Boy Beaton, so that's what you'll see.
All right, so Bad Boy versus Miller. We like it. Looks like so it's a little bit of heat there. All right, so we're moving on here. We're going to talk to Kyle McNeil, Real Deal Promotions. He has his own promotion company. So tell us now, how does it feel not doing your promotion and just focusing on the boxing? Do you feel like you got the upper hand from this, and not worried about so much on the tickets and the back and forth with the promotion? How do you feel just fighting, training, and what do you think to your opponent?
You know, just once again, just starting out like everybody else, I do want to thank you for the opportunity, Three Lions Promotions, you know, and to answer your question, absolutely, what a difference, you know, not having to do, you know what it is, 20 plus jobs and then all the other things on top of training. So I live the life of an athlete all year round, whether I'm in camp or not. I'm always training constantly, day in and day out. So it's been a great camp. We've had great sparring partners. I stay in camp every fight. I'm coming off of back-to-back wins and fights, and I'm ready to put on for Halifax once again. It's going to be a great night.
And so what do you think to fighting a fellow Canadian? I know your last few fights, you fought some guys from overseas. What do you feel about Dylan here and a guy coming in with, you know, he's got almost as many fights as you. He's got a lot of experience. He's a fellow countryman. What do you think to him? And is there anything different in your training you've done from your previous fights?
Well, I definitely, you know, I respect anybody who climbs in the ring. Set aside people who are going to climb in the ring with me. But at the end of the day, you know, experience is experience, and I have tons of my own. So I'm very excited to fight another Canadian, and I've fought many Canadians in the past, obviously, and I think it's going to be a great fight. Lots of fireworks, lots of excitement, and I don't think a lot of people are going to be sitting down.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we're going to hear from Dylan Rushton, Kyle McNeil's opponent. They're scheduled at welterweight, 8 rounds. Dylan's one of my favorite fighters. Dylan takes fights, so everyone knows, you know, his record doesn't show exactly what he is. So Dylan, thank you for taking the fight, coming into the guy's hometown like this. What are your thoughts on the fight? I know you love fighting. You love fighting fellow Canadians. You've basically gone through the whole boxing circuit. But just tell us about this fight. Is there anything different from this fight? Is there anything different you've done? And again, thank you for taking this fight.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. I've trained real hard, good sparring partners. I'm super prepared, very good training camp, and I think Kyle McNeil is going to be a little surprised when he sees what a quality fighter is actually like. I don't think he's fought anybody on my level. He's fought Tyson Cave, and that's a good opponent on his record. And other than that, I don't think he's been in there with a fighter as tough as me.
Yeah, so I think that's could be a showstopper, this fight here. I think it's going to be a great one. And then Dylan, tell us about what do you think about Kyle? Like, have you been watching his footage? Have you studied him? Did you know him before this fight? And what is your prediction on this fight?
My prediction is my hand's getting raised. It's going to be a good fight, and I've watched him here and there. Yeah, I think that my hands will be raised. I don't want to. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, we like it. We like it. Okay, so now we're moving on to the co-main event of the evening. The mouth of Halifax. The man who's got lots to say. Everyone sit down and listen, you know what I mean? So Mr. Tyson Cave, former world title challenger. We all feel he actually won that fight. Tell us what your thoughts are on this fight, Tyson. We know you've been out of the ring for quite a bit, but we know you've continuously trained. Is there anything different you've done for Pedro? What are your thoughts on coming back?
There's nothing different. The only thing is I have to say is, you guys don't set this kid up. You guys made an effing mistake, because I'm a nightmare. Now, where's his coach at? That I don't even know who the hell his coach is.
His coach ain't here, Tyson.
I don't know where he is. I don't care, because I don't know him. But for him to say, to doubt me, to say he doesn't think that Tyson Cave has in him still, does he know who the hell I am? I am the nightmare of fucking boxing. Ask Kyle McNeil. Ask Kyle, can you train for me? And Kyle's a good guy. And Kyle's better than the guy that you put me up against. For him to doubt me? Are you crazy? You know what I do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. So how are you gonna know? I'm a fucking nightmare, bro. And nothing against you. You come to fight. Good, that's great. That's great. There's nothing losing to a handsome, debonair fighter like me. There's nothing good. Let the best man win, but I'm always the best man. Check my track record. I don't speak into the microphone thing. I don't know what you're saying. Speak into that thing, okay?
Hang on, baby, we'll talk after. We'll talk after.
Don't ever doubt me. Don't ever doubt me.
So we feel the heat, Tyson, and we like it. We like, you know, your confidence and stuff.
I got no problem with him. I got a problem with his coach, because I don't know who his coach is. I don't know his resume. So before you ever doubt me and put your name on Tyson Cave, make sure that you've done something. And I ain't never heard of his coach. So plain and simple, because anybody can throw a towel around their shoulder. Plain and simple. You messed up, Dan. You put this kid in with me. He's supposed to be a young kid. It's over. I'm telling you guys.
Well, listen,
and you're in Halifax.
We want fights, right? All our guys fight. If you're with Three Lions, you fight. Everyone knows that. There's no easy fight.
Supposed to protect your guy.
No, we don't protect nothing.
9-1. Don't be 9-2.
He's 11-1, but still, I get.
I don't know. I can't count.
So Tyson.
I just know how to count my boxing record. 36-3. And then they ripped me off 2 fights.
So Tyson, tell us a little bit about the training camp. Like, what have you done? Tell us, have you been sparring anyone, and what's your weight like? What does it feel like coming up in weight? Is there anything you feel you would have done different, or are you 100% right now and you're ready to run it?
I'm just ready to rock and roll. I get up in the morning, I chuck on James Brown. Papa got a brand new bag, and you know what I do. You know what I do. That's plain and simple. Don't doubt me, guys. Don't effing doubt me. Don't doubt me. Brewer, tell them. And by the way, I ain't babbing them. I definitely ain't babbing.
All right. So we've heard from Tyson, the mouth of Halifax, I say, and he does back it up. So we're not, you got to listen when he speaks. So respect to you, right? Respect to both fighters. So now we're going to move down to Pedro. Pedro's going to talk in his native language of Spanish. He's from Mexico, and we're going to translate and see what he has to say back to Tyson, right? Because he's young, eager, and it's youth first experience. Saturday, June 10th, Halifax Forum. Let's hear what Pedro says. So Pedro, what do you think of Tyson Cave? And is there anything in this training camp that you've had to do to adjust to what Tyson's going to bring into the ring?
No tengo nada que ajustar, yo simplemente vengo a hacer mi trabajo y mi trabajo siempre ha sido ganar, sea quien sea el rival que sea y como sea su estilo, bueno o malo, yo vengo a ganar y a pelear.
I have nothing to adjust. I simply come to do my job, and my job has always been to win, whoever the rival is and whatever his style is, good or bad. I come to win and fight.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you, Pedro, for your response. Thank you, everyone on this table. We're going to do a quick face-off for each boxer. We're going to start off from the main event. We're going to work down. Once again, thank you, everyone, for your time. Saturday, June 10th, Halifax Forum. Brzezicki, please come to the front. Simic, please come to the front. Do a quick face-off for the cameras.
Chris.
Yeah, you want to do one like right here. Just try not to get in my view. I'll just go in a little bit. I'm going to zoom in.
God, you know what we need. Yeah, I'm going to be in your picture, man. You boys just a face-off, come in.
Let's go, Brzezicki!
Face the camera, boys, please.
Let's keep it civil. Let's keep it civil.
Right to the cameras, boys, look to the cameras. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck.
All right, Mr. Kyle McNeil and Mr. Dylan Rushton.
Hey. Face off, gentlemen, please.
Good. Do you think?
To the cameras, boys. To the cameras, boys. Well done.
Mr. Brett Beaton and Mr. Mikhail Miller, please.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, gentlemen.
Just come closer, guys.
Saturday, June 10th, live at the Forum. All right, boys, face to the camera, please. Face to the camera. All right, DK Beast and Drake, please to the front. Ontario versus Nova Scotia.
To the cameras, boys. To the cameras, boys.
All right, that concludes our press conference. See you guys at the weigh-ins and at the fight night. Congrats and good luck to everyone.